What is going on, guys? Team Ace here. So today, as you've seen by the title, we're going to be telling you why Fortnite is bad. And just to tell you one thing before we start, it's not about the updates and stuff. It's about more than just that. Alright, so it's going to be broken up into sections. So I'm going to be doing Battle Royale, Jack will be doing Creative, and Dylan will be doing Save the World. So first, let's talk about Battle Royale. So I know I wasn't going to talk a lot about updates, but just to start it off, Epic Games has not been listening to the Fortnite community. They've all been saying a bunch of different things about what they want and don't want in the game, and Epic Games does not listen to them. For example, that Siphon game mode, getting health shield and materials from kills, all that sort of stuff. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the tournaments they've been doing. So they've done tournaments like the Australian Cup, that stuff. But let's mainly talk about the Australian Cup. So a lot of good Fortnite players were participating in that and won a lot of money. Almost 200,000, to be exact, about 189,000. And Epic Games has been saying that they had no part in the tournament. They've been saying that they had nothing to do with the tournament, and they said all prizes, all money won, would be given back after 90 days of the tournament. It's been over 90 days, no one has got the money. And also, it said when you logged in about when you logged into Fortnite about the Australian Cup, and it said that Epic Games was doing the tournament. They were running it. But still, they are not giving the money to their professional players, and they've been getting a lot of hate for that, and it is well deserved. So now I'm going to talk about the dances and stuff like that. So now I'm going to talk about some of the dances. So there have been a lot of dances that Fortnite has been adding into the game without any of the creators of the dance permission. Like, I'm not talking about like the floss. The floss was fine, even though they somehow got sued. So I think he just wanted the money because he said he wanted it in the game. But we're talking about Electro Shuffle, the Millie Rock Dance, and a couple other ones. They've been trying to sue Fortnite, and some have actually sued Fortnite because of them taking their dance without giving them any credit or just any reward in general. They haven't even got like a shout out in the item shop. Absolutely nothing. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the addictingness. It is very addicting. You've probably seen a lot of videos about people always playing, getting addicted to it. Like on Dr. Phil, there was a guy that was so addicting to it. And it's just such an addicting game. And just, it's not good to be like playing that much. And like when I used to play, I wouldn't go outside as much and play with my friends. And now I realize how dumb I was. Now, I'm also going to talk about like a little bit why it's not so much better than any other games. Fortnite is basically just took a bunch of different pieces of other games. You know? So, it's like what they tried to do to get more people playing is to make it not as like hardcore. Like it didn't have all the blood and stuff, so more kids can play, and they try to make it addicting. Like, go play some Roblox and Minecraft, and you'll find out why it's so much better than Fortnite. That's a little bit about the Battle Royale part. Now we're going to talk about the creative part.
So when creative came out, everybody was fine with it. They were like, okay, this is fine. People thought they were copying Minecraft. They kind of were, but it doesn't really matter. They weren't like fully copying them. But what we did notice was further into creative, they were adding things like music blocks. And that's cool. It's cool. If you could have seen videos about how like the music blocks work and people playing like famous songs, and So then they started adding, people would play and it was like creative. The only problem was with it. It was laggy. It was hard to get into. And if you and your friends were building something, it had friends of friends. So their friends could join even if they didn't know them that well. And it really annoyed some people and it messed up the creative experience. And it's one of the reasons that it drives Fortnite to getting not as popular. Another problem with creative mode is it's been driving people away from the real game mode, like the Battle Royale and Save the World. And it kind of is fine. Creative is probably the best out of the game modes, but it's still no exception for being good. So, like, if Epic changed how creative mode worked, and I understand, like, the reason it was friends of friends, and they probably fixed that just because it was in beta, but it was very laggy, and they could have fixed it. Like they were adding a lot of stuff into it, and now they've started to give up on it, approaching season 9, because I think it came out there or something like that. It also ruins like the game. So if you play in creative, it can kill you in the Battle Royale. Because in creative, you can get whatever you want. That makes sense, but the way of how it works, it's like Minecraft. You literally go into your inventory and start placing stuff. The only thing different that I think they were aiming to get something like Minecraft, except trying to make it like a better, like the creative mode better. It definitely wasn't, but yeah. Also with creative, people won't be playing playgrounds because in creative, it's basically playgrounds, more options, though you can do what you want. And also, it's dragging people away from limited time modes like Blitz, those type of game modes, Sniper Shootout, things like that, because they're old, like things like that. Because you can make your own game modes, you can even like change the game modes they have, customize it. The thing that was good about Creative Fortnite was it lets you have 16 people in a server. But, like, we've seen that a lot before. In Minecraft, for low-running, like, consoles like the Wii U, it could fit 16-player battle mini-games with people across the world on all consoles, like Wii U. And then we saw the new update for Minecraft, so not anymore. But it probably can still do stuff like that.
Oh, for Save the World, Epic Games said they're going to put it free at the end of 2018. Now they're saying it's going to be at the summer of 2019, almost 1 year completely after they said it was going to be originally free. Because Save the World wasn't getting that much attention, Epic Games, if you get Save the World, you could get exclusive skins from Save the World into Battle Royale. Save the World is a pay-to-win game because if you pay money, you get like all the really good guns in it, like the Gravedigger, and like it's sometimes addicting when you play it for like a long periods of time. You literally have to pay $200 just to get a 130 Nocturno. It's like so like cheap, and like not everyone's rich in this world, and they can't just go buying all the best guns in this game. So now I just want to talk about a bit about scamming in Save the World. So when Epic Games first made Save the World, I'm not talking about in 2011, like when it actually came out, Epic Games just thought, it's going to be about killing zombies, there's not going to be any trading. Then when they realized that people were trading a lot, Epic Games added no trading system. People would just drop their guns and everyone would get scammed. And then there was a lot of people reporting each other, losing their whole inventories. And now Jack is going to tell you a little bit about his personal experience.
So, for my personal experience, when I first started playing Save the World, I didn't like it, right? So I quit. But then one day I just started getting back into it. So I was playing, and some really nice guy gave me golds. And I think they were legendaries. And they were like the best in the game, right? So when I got 4, and they were only 20s, right? But as a beginner, so I thought they were really good. So some guy, I was like, let me try out trading. And I didn't know about scammers, really. So what I did was when I was playing, I went up and I was like to somebody, can I trade? And they were like, yeah. So we went to their base, and they said they wouldn't edit the floor beneath me. And they said, drop all your guns. And I dropped them because I didn't think they were going to scam me. But then they edited it beneath me. It was a pretty dumb move on my part, but still. After they scammed me, I reported them. We emailed Epic Games. Epic did nothing about it. And, like, this is a serious problem, scamming. It's not good how Epic Games isn't fixing it. People, if you spend money to get a 130 Nocturno, like Dylan previously mentioned, and then somebody scams that from you, that's really bad.
You basically just wasted $200.
Yeah. And yes, you can craft it back, but that
you have to be insane.
Nocturno is like really hard to get. It's like a 130 one, especially. You have to have like a bunch of Sunbeam and like sun crystal and stuff like that. I don't know what it's really called, but that's what.
Also, I'll say a little something. I have a little bit like Jack was saying. There was this nice guy, gives me some good stuff. This is like when I was more into the game. Like I wasn't as beginner, so I was getting like, he gave me loads of like I forget it like the exact number. It's like 100 grave diggers. Like 106, something like that.
Oh yeah.
106, like 108, whatever it's called. Grave diggers. I was super excited. I was like, I have so many of them. What could I get to trade? I was like, ooh, maybe they can give me like a Nocturno, stuff like that. So I go to someone's base since I was so excited. I completely forgot about the scamming and stuff. So I was just like dropping my grave diggers, and he dropped his stuff that was equal to it. Like, he dropped some Nocturnos and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is a good deal. And he puts a stair in front of me, and I had no permission. He gave me host, which doesn't make me edit, so that did nothing for me. And he just put the stair in front of me, and I couldn't escape the box. He comes and just steals all my weapons. And that guy that gave me it said, don't get scammed. And I've always felt so bad since this day. And I tried reporting them. I tried emailing them. Epic Games does nothing. They did absolutely nothing to solve this major problem. Now we'll share some background information about stuff we missed. So here's some background information about Battle Royale that we might have missed. So first off, the skins are, you can get a legendary skin for $20. If you go to like any other game, like Minecraft, Roblox, you could get so much for $20. And you might think, yeah, it's overpriced, who cares? You buy it, right? You play, show off to your friends. Then the next year, guess what happens? Comes back into the item shop, your rare skin is ruined, everybody else buys it. And then, except for the Skull Trooper, they made it so if you were the OG one, you were purple. But you look so ugly when you're purple.
And guys, I can reference something like this. I had the crack shop when it first came out. I was so excited it was my skin. All my friends, we made a promise that we all had like our own skins, and we said even if they ever came back, we wouldn't buy each other's. And the crack shop was my skin. And it came back, and I'm like, okay, it's not as bad as what like I thought it would be. But then people started buying it, and I was like, wait, what happened to our deal? And I got really upset about it, and that's really the main reason I quit Fortnite, because of how, it wasn't really what my friends did. I was kind of fine with that. I was like, okay, it's not like the biggest deal, but once I was mad that they added back something, and
that you spent $20.
Yeah, and how it really works is what they do is, if you didn't know, they make you pay money. And once you've paid a lot of money, they bring back your best skin, causing you to quit, but it doesn't matter anymore because you've already paid so much money.
Yeah. So now we'll give you some information about creative.
So I know I kind of mentioned this, but I want to just address it a little bit more. When you're playing creative, so many people, somebody can just join your world, start wrecking everything without any permission to even join, and you might not even know who they are because friend of friends and stuff like that. So some random stranger you've never met in your whole life could just join your server and be like, hey, and start breaking everything. Especially when you built like a lot in your world. Like if you built like huge towers and they're really cool, and like you do it with your friends, but then they have some like really like annoying friend who just starts building over everything, and then they like destroy everything. And that happened a lot over creative because it's friends of friends when it should just be friends, and maybe you could have been able to change the setting friends of friend to just friends and stuff like that, but they wanted to make it just friends of friends.
Those are some facts of why you should quit Fortnite. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and our website is in the link in the description below.
Bye.
Bye, play Fortnite!